What if the most dangerous crime in the modern publishing industry isn't murder, but stealing a dead writer's voice and passing it off as your own? In Yellowface, a brilliant, razor-sharp, and uncomfortably hilarious satirical thriller by R.F. Kuang, the acclaimed author of the dark academic fantasy masterwork Catabasis, failed white novelist June Hayward witnesses her glamorous, internationally famous literary rival, Asian-American darling Athena Liu, die in a freak choking accident during a celebratory night out. Stranded alone in Athena's apartment with a freshly finished, deeply researched historical manuscript about the unsung contributions of the Chinese Labor Corps during World War I, June makes a reckless, life-altering decision. She steals the pages, heavily edits them under the guidance of her ambitious agent, and submits the book as her own work. To escape the immediate threat of cancellation and maximize her marketability, she rebrands herself under the ethnically ambiguous pseudonym Juniper Song, and even gets a professionally airbrushed, tan-heavy headshot that subtly hints at a diverse heritage. When the book becomes an instant, explosive New York Times bestseller, June is swept up in a whirlwind of corporate praise, six-figure advances, and Hollywood movie deals, convincing herself that she merely polished a rough diamond and gave a forgotten history the mainstream white audience it always deserved. However, her stolen paradise rapidly transforms into a suffocating psychological trap when anonymous Twitter accounts begin dropping hyper-specific, terrifying receipts of her plagiarism, and a literal ghost seems to haunt her via social media notifications, threatening to dismantle her entire career. As the internet mobs sharpen their digital pitchforks and the walls of her own guilt and paranoia close in, June is forced to go to extreme, deeply unethical lengths to protect her stolen empire, exposing the hollow tokenism, performative diversity, and vulture-like greed that runs rampant behind the closed doors of modern cultural institutions. Kuang balances a fast, furious, and fiercely witty narrative style with an unflinching examination of systemic racism and competitive envy, ensuring that audiobook listeners will stay utterly paralyzed with anticipation as they watch a deeply unhinged protagonist spiral down an online vortex of her own making.